All right, this is going to be my Penguin episode 4 review. This was honestly one of the best episodes of television that I've seen in the last few years. It is so good. The episode was called Cent Ani, which I guess is like Italian for almost like cheers or something. It was an episode all about Sophia Falcone, and it's very ironic that the best episode of Penguin, in my opinion, is the episode with the least amount of Penguin. I think that's a little bit crazy. This episode was basically a deep dive on Sophia Falcone, and it was just done so incredibly well. It picks up right where we left off in episode 3 with the Maronis basically confronting Penguin and Sophia. And you get to see a little bit more of that fantastic scene where Penguin is basically being outed right in front of Sophia. So now she knows the Penguin is a liar. She is going to go after him, but the episode basically takes a step back from the story and just gives us the backstory for Sophia, and it really helps us to understand her as a character, and we get to find out what the whole Hangman nickname was all about. Because, oh my god, that name is crazy. They were calling her Hangman, and she would get, like, offended every single time someone said that to her, and I totally understand why now, because it's implied, they never full out stated it, but it's implied that her father, Carmine, actually murdered her mom by strangling her and then, like, hanging her or something, and then has a whole bunch of other victims, and that's why they're calling her Hangman, because all of the victims were hanging. It was super, super dark. And the way that they did it was just so intriguing. You know, you've got this drama between daughter and father, especially because earlier on in the episode, Carmine was saying like, "Hey, I want to break tradition. I'm not going to give the the title to Alberto. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to break tradition." So he was all about his daughter, but the second that she started questioning him and thinking that he murdered the mom and all that, he was just like, "You know what? You're out. See you later." Sent her to Arkham and basically made her think that she was crazy. Like, you could see her unravel in Arkham Asylum. It was really, really intense. Seeing her be sent there, and she's like, okay, I've just got to survive 6 months and then I'm out of here, and then it turned into 10 years. Like, that was crazy. And just the amount of time and torture and everything that went into that 10 years, just, really made her crack to the point where she was like, if you guys keep calling me the Hangman, you know what? I'm basically going to become the Hangman. And then she kills, I believe her name was Magpie. And that journey from an innocent person getting convicted and then just, cracking and becoming this crazy person that she's being accused of being was just a really deep, dark, and twisted story to witness. And it was done extremely well. Like, the script was really strong, the visuals, cinematography, everything about this episode was done incredibly well. And a big reason for how good this episode was due to the performance from Kristen Milioti. She absolutely crushed it as Sophia Falcone in this episode. She was, this like rich mob boss daughter, then this convicted criminal, then just watching her unravel. It was just a joy to watch on screen. And I know a lot of people have said it already, but she is definitely going to be a major contender for an Emmy because of this performance. Like, it was just that good. This episode gave me goosebumps multiple times throughout watching it. And the second that I finished it, I was like, wow, like that was fantastic. I wanted to rewatch it right away, but it was like 11 something at night and I had to go to bed because I had to wake up early the next day. But honestly, this episode is so good. You can rewatch it a few times. Like, it is that good. Matt Reeves is absolutely cooking with this Batman universe. It is just fantastic. The characters are so rich. And then the episode ends off in a really interesting place as well, because she basically hits back at the family that was not there for her 10 years ago when her dad threw her in prison. They all wrote, letters and stuff to basically say she is crazy, she needs to be in Arkham, and, no one was there to help her. And the fact that she gets to have a bit of revenge at the end of this episode was really, really cool. And that yellow dress, wow. There was also some romance in here, like Julian Rush, one of the doctors that was working on her throughout that time when she was in Arkham. The romance was all right. Like, yeah, I guess he's like really into Control or whatever, and you can definitely sense a bit of romance between Sophia and Julian. So this episode had everything, man. Like, literally everything. This was a damn good episode of TV. I'm gonna give episode 4 of The Penguin a 9.5 out of 10. It is as close to perfect as you can really get. It's got a 9.5 on IMDb. It's one of the highest rated episodes of TV ever. People are going crazy for this episode, and some influencers that have actually seen episode 5 are saying episode 5 is better than this one. And I'm like, how is this show so damn good? It feels like every single episode, the quality just continues to go up. And like I said, I gave this a 9.5. So if episode 5 is better, that's going to be a 10 out of 10 episode, which I don't think I've ever given for anything I've ever reviewed. But yeah, guys, episode 4 called Saint Ani was fantastic. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. If you have, let me know what you thought about it down below. And what did you think of Kristen Miliotti's performance? Because I thought it was spectacular. This show essentially has two protagonists now. We've got Penguin and Sophia. I think by the end, either Sophia is going to take over the crime empire or something, or she's going to end up working with Penguin. I don't really know how this show is going to end, but someone's got to get in power. I think Penguin has to be, because the show is called The Penguin. And then I think this is going to lead into the Batman 2, and maybe you have like Sophia and Penguin running everything, and then Batman has to stop them. I don't know. But this is damn good TV. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down below in the comments.